Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining. We will be officially starting in a minute or two. In the meantime, you can say if you hear and see me all right. So that we usually try to give those people who just finished some calls or who just saw notification or anything, just 2 more minutes to join. Today we will be speaking about challenges that we see right now between the customers and the merchants on selecting which cryptocurrency to send, and for merchants, of course, which cryptocurrencies to offer. What are the challenges between different ones? What are the advantages of some? What are the disadvantages of others? Where the market is evolving and what expects us tomorrow and maybe even the day after tomorrow. Because you probably have noticed that right now the industry and the market is kind of like bringing us some news every day. In Twitter, we always see some breaking news, something happening with the price and so on. And it's not only with the price, with technologies, we see the same. The popularity of different crypto, we also see the same. Everything shifts extremely quickly. Yes, so we see Q&A. Here you can basically post any questions that you have during the presentation. I will answer all of them closer to the end of the presentation. So for now, just when you have any, just feel free to post there. I have a moderator here as well, Marilena, who is our BizDev, head of business development. Basically, she will let me know if something is not working, if you cannot hear me, if I have some problems, difficulties with internet, with presentation or anything. Okay, we have 27 people with us right now. I think it is just enough for us to start. The recording will be on the YouTube, so any people from your team who didn't make it, or maybe you have to leave earlier or whatever, don't worry, there will be a recording, so everything will be saved. Yeah, so let's start with the presentation. So yeah, as the topic says, the topic is relatively long. So yeah, I will be speaking about how to promote the usage of different cryptocurrencies among you, and also you promoting it to your end users. I will again speak about the challenges and also recommend you how to reduce the costs and how to finally help your customers shift into the currencies which are really easier to accept, which are cheaper in the transaction fees, which we believe will help you as our clients, and also will help your end customers not to pay high fees, like in the places where they send cryptocurrencies from, and also will avoid such mistakes that are happening right now with the cross-chain, when people sending USDT on different blockchains, Ethereum on different blockchains, and so on. Yeah, so let's start. The contents would be, I will again explain why Bitcoin and Ethereum are expensive to accept. You probably had noticed, and we also released some announcements on a small change on the fee schedule for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, it is shifted to the merchants automatically. So you probably noticed that these are not really suitable cryptocurrencies to accept when you want to accept relatively small transactions. What is happening in the crypto space in the latest months to affect such expenses, and I will give some forecast what will be happening. How to choose the right cryptocurrencies. I mean, in this case, probably from the list that we offer, but in general, we try to offer everything that you might need. Hottest cryptocurrencies and the tokens right now, and why. It will be not in the sense of price, but mostly what is hot, so what people really want to send. Then I will help you with some advices how to promote these currencies, how to educate your end clients, and what are the solutions that we have in-house. I will present our new product, which is directed to sort out these challenges, to address these challenges. I will give you a short intro on our entry into the decentralized market, and also will give you a short overview of how we will be launching it. And after that, we'll have a Q&A session. So after that, I mean, I will try to fit in the presentation into 40, 50 minutes. And then basically I have endless time as long as you have questions. So it will be an AMA session, ask me anything. Okay, guys, so the problem. You saw that accepting Bitcoin is a pain. What we did, we basically introduced minimum deposit fee. Those of you who are wondering why we did it, I will try to again briefly explain. These are not the fees that we charge. These are the fees that we pay in the mining fees in the different steps, right? So basically, when your customer is sending us cryptocurrencies, we receive it in the pieces on the different addresses. We have millions of them. So we receive small pieces, and then basically when any of you want to sell them into euro, dollar, or someone wants to send it as a withdrawal, we have to collect all those pieces. And basically the cost is not really to send cryptocurrency, but to collect all these thousands and hundreds of thousands of these deposits. We are roughly receiving 500,000 Bitcoin deposits a month, right? So we have to collect all of them, and for each input, briefly, we have to pay around $10. So we do it over the weekend at night when the activity is the lowest, so we can save up to 90% on the fees. That is why we charge roughly 10% of the market fees, because every week we are able to collect all these pieces into bigger pieces, and then of course working with them is easier. But what's the problem? That Bitcoin blockchain is not scalable. So it can handle only up to 5-7 transactions a second. And of course, you see with the demand right now, with the Tesla saying that they will accept Bitcoin and then later saying that they will not. But anyways, because of the popularity of the currency, the demand for transaction grows, but the capacity of the blockchain doesn't allow this. So transactions are piling up, and basically your order in the queue depends on the fee that transaction pays to be included in the blockchain, mined, and so on. A very similar thing is happening with Ethereum. Ethereum itself, it was created in 2015. It didn't have some crazy updates since then. In 2015, what they had as a capacity was more than enough. But what they have, they also have a sort of limit, but it is a limit in the gas. For one block. The blocks are quicker, the blocks are bigger, but the demand for the network is still huge, right? So as Ethereum is not just a cryptocurrency as Bitcoin is, Ethereum is a platform, right? And you can create smart contracts on the platform. There are thousands of tokens on Ethereum blockchain. So all these transactions are on Ethereum blockchain. Then you probably heard about decentralized exchanges like Uniswap. There are also many of them on Ethereum blockchain. So all those exchanges, all those tokens, all the operation with the smart contracts and so on, everything creates a load on the network. So with Ethereum, in the end, we have the same situation that the transactions are fighting with the fees to get into the block, right? So we kind of hit the same problem that it is with the Bitcoin at the moment. So it is better, it has more functionality, and now Ethereum also became a victim of this huge functionality and huge demand. Then what we see in the market that basically, I mean, I don't know, 5 years ago when new blockchain appears, it was something completely new, was a lot of noise everywhere and so on. Right now, new blockchain projects appear every day. New blockchains appear probably every week, and new blockchains become popular probably every month. There are a lot of wrapped assets. So for example, Bitcoin, who has his own blockchain, now exists on many blockchains. So basically there are companies or contracts which lock Bitcoins on the Bitcoin blockchain and creates this as a token for Bitcoin, which is pegged one-to-one on the blockchain of Ethereum, on the blockchain of Tron, on the blockchain of Cardano, Solana, EOS, and many others. So the case is that new blockchains appears, and the currencies that we used to now exist in different blockchains. And the problem is that for the merchant is relatively, I mean, for you, right? It's relatively hard to basically to know all the details of what is happening, and we also don't expect you to have this deep knowledge. And I hope you appreciate that we try to create solutions which do not require real understanding of the industry, of the blockchains and so on. We try to explain this to you and make interfaces as easy as we see them. But the case is that your players, your customers, they also not an experts in the industry, so to say. Some of them might be, but not all of them. So, for example, we have these situations when new blockchains appear and gain the popularity. Some of them have the same address format. So, for example, the users on the who use wallets on the Binance Smart Chain, which is another blockchain, their addresses are the same as for Ethereum. So some customers might be sending Ethereum or USDT on Binance Smart Chain address when you are giving them ERC20 addresses from Ethereum. So they send you money, but you don't receive this money because transaction is made in a completely different blockchain. So there are a lot of challenges, right? So it became so dark because this is the slide about the problem. So yeah, just I listed here just few blockchains which are there right now, which are real, but still no one is really speaking about them in the public. They are only gaining the popularity. So Binance Smart Chain, Liquid, Algorand, EOS, now Cardano will be launching the contracts and expand the functionality of the blockchain over summer. And these are just few examples. Yeah, so what to accept, what to support, and why it became difficult suddenly, right? I mean, just a year ago, it was not such a big problem or challenge. Here, I want to show you the example how receiving Bitcoin looks, for example, on the Binance, right? So Bitcoin, they offer the customer to send Bitcoin on BTC blockchain, on BEP2 blockchain, which is an older chain of BNB. They offer to send it on BEP20, which is the Binance Smart Chain blockchain. They offer to send it on ERC20, which is basically Ethereum blockchain. So the deposit page for Bitcoin is already not trivial, right? I don't want to say that you have to list many of them, and we will help you how to still make it without really integrating a lot of different tools and so on. And BTC is SegWit, right? SegWit is not really a different blockchain; it's just a different way of sending it, and we support it as well. So Bitcoin exists on many blockchains. Then USDT, which is right now the most popular token on all the blockchains. This is basically a payment method of the different blockchain ecosystems. So USDT became a tool as a hedging, right? So people who trade cryptocurrencies, they don't sell cryptocurrencies into USD or Euro or GBP anymore. They sell to USDT, right? So if they just want to exit to avoid the risk. And also they use this USDT to send between different markets. For example, what's the name, arbitrage. Before you had to really send money from the different banks, from the different geographics or the continents. Right now it is all done through USDT. So USDT is a tool to send money over blockchain without really a big risk of fluctuations in the short term. And most of you probably already enjoy sending USDT to your game providers, affiliates, receiving it from your from the partners, clients, and so on. So USDT exists on 4 popular blockchains and on 8 chains in total. So USDT is not a definition of send me USDT. It's send USDT on which blockchain you can send me. So it's also not so trivial. And basically, just a joke question: what do you think your cashier or the platform provider would say when you ask them to expand the integration and add all the screens of the different blockchains of the different crypto assets with notifications, with the limited with the notifications for the limited amounts, with all the buttons to copy, show QR, and so on? We understand that there is a big challenge right now. I think we have over 100 of integrations with the different platforms, cashiers, with the merchants directly, and so on. And we understand that if we invent something every week or every month, you just don't have the capacity or the capability to change it next week or even next month, right? I would believe if you approach your platform provider or cashier provider and say that you need some urgent change, they probably will either charge you a lot of money or say that they have a long backlog that probably you hear quite often. But everything is not so bad. I will tell you right now a bit of a good news and a bit of a better news. So which currencies and blockchains to support? We don't think that you should support 20 cryptocurrencies on 20 blockchains, right? I mean, each on 20 blockchains. This doesn't really help. The customer who has the ability to send some asset on one blockchain, he most likely has an option to send it on the different blockchain if this is not very expensive. So on the bright side, USDT right now is winning. USDT is very clear for the customer. They use it to fund different projects on ICOs, IOs, IDOs. They use it to send money between different platforms. They use it to pay their friends if they owe them some money. So they use this currency as a payment method, right? It's already established and it's really growing in popularity. A year ago, I would say USDT is still kind of like not popular for payments. Usually people just trade with this. Right now, no. Right now, if you speak with any crypto dude, anyone who deals with cryptocurrency, and you say, can I send you some money and you pay for me in the cafe, in the restaurants and so on? They always say, send me USDT. So it's happening. It's an intra banking, intra blockchain tool that everyone who is familiar with crypto has access to and can send. Yeah, so the market is shifting in the direction that USD be in the value transfer, and basically it's accepted almost everywhere. All cryptocurrency exchanges accept it, all the wallets have it, so it became a new blockchain, new Bitcoin as it was 8 years ago, right? So any crypto wallet had Bitcoin now, and every crypto wallet has USDT. There are also some risk connected with this because USDT is the cryptocurrency which is one-to-one to dollar, right? And of course, you might be asking, but who is guaranteeing this? And it's a very healthy question. There is only one company which guarantees the price of USDT. They print USDT, so they are the only one who can emit this token on different blockchains. They do it in exchange for real dollars or in exchange for some different assets. And the case is that we don't always know if there are good assets behind USDT and so on, but as soon as everyone are happy to accept USDT instead of $1, it should work, right? So in the long term, I would say probably storing all your money in USDT is not the best idea, but receiving payments and holding some USDT when you need to pay somebody the next week or the next month is a good idea. So right now we support USDT on 3 chains. One of them is more like legacy, it's Bitcoin blockchain, which doesn't really help. But 2 of them are considering quite a top ones. So this is Tron blockchain. This is right now the biggest blockchain for USDT. And Ethereum. Ethereum still has a huge demand for USDT. A lot of transactions, if you compare to Tron blockchain, are happening there. Also, the amount of printed USDT on Tron blockchain is only a bit bigger than on ERC, but the amount of transactions is already higher. So for example, we right now have a ratio of probably 20% of USDT transactions are still happening on ERC20 and 80% already shifted to TRC20, so on the Tron blockchain. We are also working right now on the integration of Binance Smart Chain. Binance Smart Chain, because it is relatively centralized technology, they are not so friendly with USDT. They have their own stable token, which is BUSD. There is USDT on Binance Smart Chain as well. It's not so official. I would say, but it still exists. So we will be expanding the offering to offer more blockchains for the popular assets, right? Because we cannot avoid this happening. So we believe that customers still send you Bitcoin for just a few reasons. The first reason, that you offered in the top of the list, potentially. The second reason is that they pay you with Bitcoin already for years, right? It's hard for them to suddenly start changing the habits. And the reason three might be that they don't really know that there are different cryptocurrencies. There might be some old crypto adopter, I would say, who doesn't really explore different cryptocurrencies. But with USDT, they have to be familiar. What can we really do to help promoting quicker and cheaper currencies, or rather assets, into Yoka shares? So this is something that you kind of can start doing already now. It's basically placing quicker and cheaper currencies in the top of your cashier. So the usual suspects would be, as written here, Litecoin, BCH, Tron, and tokens on TRC20, like USDT. The currencies where you are hit by mining fees, the usual suspects would be Bitcoin and Ethereum, because they are really expensive to deal with. You can try to charge your customers some min fee for smaller deposits, right? So you can just say that here's the list of cryptocurrencies, but if you decide to pay with Bitcoin and Ethereum, if you pay less than, I don't know, $100, $500, we will charge you another $1, right? I don't say that you have to charge them a lot or create a business model out of it, but maybe potentially just show them that they have some motivation to pay with different cryptocurrencies, right? Because if they don't really count the fees that they pay on the exchanges, and usually if people are trading and so on, they don't really count, because the fees are usually 0.01% or 0.2 or even less. And for withdrawals, they are charged 0.0 something Bitcoin, and they also don't count that it can reach $5 to $20. So I would say it would be really good if you have an option to kind of like tell them that please don't, or at least send it in for the big amounts. Then offering some bonuses for quicker cryptocurrencies, because you pay less fees on working with those cryptocurrencies. So you as well might be able to offer them something more. Maybe just a few free spins will help. For example, if you do a deposit with Litecoin, whatever the amount, you have additional free spin or something. I mean, it's completely up to you, right? I don't know your business model so well. I'm not a huge expert in sports betting, in poker, or in casino business, but I'm just assuming that this might be really helpful. Creating guides for the customer, it always helps with the SEO, right? If you try to promote yourself as the crypto casino, Bitcoin casino, Litecoin casino, and so on, of course, these guides will really help. We can always help you with these guides if you need some guidance. You can basically see it on the crypto casinos, how they do it. If you have some interesting ideas, you can discuss it with us, or just ask us for some templates, drafts, and whatever. We will be always happy to help you also educate your clients potentially what is cryptocurrency, even if they never dealt with it. Would be also good to help with adoption of cryptocurrencies among your users. The fifth one would be promoting our B2C wallet. You all know that we are a B2B company. We don't really have a lot of consumer products, but we are launching one. Our B2C wallet is the coinspay.com wallet. It is already live. We have, among deposit methods, we only have SEPA transfers. We will be adding more deposit methods, I would say, starting from June. So some acquirers and so on. So potentially you would be able to recommend our wallet on the page with depositing cryptocurrencies, for example, for some difficult markets where you don't have acquirers, or for the users who just don't seem to have an option to send you cryptocurrency fiat. and they don't have cryptocurrency, we will give you a referral link, and you would be able to earn money from the fees that they bring us. It's basically only exchange fees when they buy or sell crypto. We will never promote any merchants in the wallet, right? So your customers will not be stolen with competitors and so on. And why this will help? It's not only helping your clients to get crypto, is that our B2C wallet is very tightly connected with the crypto processing, with the B2B business. So all the transactions are completely free for the customer, are always instant. So even if it is Bitcoin or Ethereum, for a customer, it will be completely free to send it. And we will not be charging you any minimum fees, any mining fees, and so on, because these transactions will be happening in the off-chain. Basically, we have our off-chain explorer, which we potentially plan to replace with the private blockchain, and really record all those transactions and have a nice interface to display all transactions which are happening inside of our ecosystem. We already have this on explorer.coinspade.com. It is already a ledger of all internal transactions. We don't have much. Every hour we have like one or two, but it's still already some percentage of the transactions. And now the solution which I wanted to tell you about is basically, we call it Smart Terminal. We basically invented it just recently. We thought about all the challenges in the industry, all the challenges that you are facing, all the challenges that your players are facing, with the integrations, with the cross chains and so on. So we have the idea what might really work down the line when you integrate it only once, and you have all the newest cryptocurrencies with the great UI, great explanations and so on. Basically, we envision it that when, for example, your customer has balance with your brand, for example, in euro, as here, all you have to do to create a payment screen or a payment channel between you and your client, all you have to do is send through our API that you need a payment channel for euro. You don't have to specify which currency they will be paying with. You don't have to speak with your cashier, with your platform, how to display it and so on. It will be really flexible screen, which will resize into the iframe, which you will place it, or with the redirect, or with anything. We will add customizations that you can add your colors. Of course, it will have your name on the top and so on. So what will happen? The customer will see the screen, which will say, if you want to make a deposit at Casino X in euro account, this is your screen. Then the customer will just select from the list of the crypto assets the one that he likes. If he wants to pay with Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, maybe something new will appear, and this will automatically appear on the screen. So we will give the customer the choice that he really wants to have, and we will remove from you all the need to polish the payment screens, to add some disclaimers that please don't send different cryptocurrencies and whatever. Then when he selected, for example, USDT, right, he would be able to select in which blockchain he would like to send this USDT, in ERC20, in TRC20, on BEP2, on BEP20, on Solana, on Liquid, anything, right? He would be able to select everything from same screen. And as soon as he sends money on this address, it will be automatically exchanged into the currency which you selected as the player currency, as the customer currency or whatever. We will send you the callback in the way that we're doing this right now. So basically all you need to know which customer deposited how much. You don't really care all the time what was the blockchain he used, what was the cryptocurrency he used, and he can use any that he has, right? So you don't really care how to make it work anymore. You integrate it once and you know that this screen always has the newest assets, the most popular blockchains that they are. We are doing our best to be on the edge, right? We also not always on the edge, because we also have sprints. So we are almost on the edge, right? So there might be some delays, of course, but if we compare it to when we integrate it and then we inform you, and then you inform your platform provider, your cashier provider, or your development team, this will take more time rather than we will just add it on the screen which you are already using. I understand it will remove some flexibility to build nice UIs. We still leave those integration methods. So those of you who think that having it in the own infrastructure interface with your colors, with your notifications and so on is a good idea, you can still stay with those integration methods. They will work in the same way as they always worked. New cryptocurrencies will be added there as well, but you will always have to expand kind of those offering of cryptocurrencies, adding this disclaimers that please be careful, send only this cryptocurrency on this blockchain, the minimum deposit amount is this. Some of them need not only the address but also the tag, right? Some of them sometimes change the formats of addresses and so on. So this is how we envision it. So your customer would be able to select the currency and the blockchain that he wants to pay. For example, if you are running, I know right now a lot of our clients, a lot of partners, friends are starting crypto casinos, right? When the balances are in cryptocurrency, when all the game providers are in Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ripple or whatever, this solution will work for those as well. So you can say, this is the payment screen to fund your Bitcoin balance, but you can also fund it with Bitcoin, with Litecoin, with Ethereum, with USDT, and whatever. Because of course, when you start in a crypto casino, you understand the point, the pain that you will have to speak with favorite game providers, that they need to list these currencies, that currencies, and that currencies. And of course, many of you would just want to run Bitcoin casino or Litecoin casino or Ethereum casino. So this payment screen is not only for fiat, it will work for Litecoin deposit, converting all the cryptocurrencies into Litecoin, for example. So anyways, right, convert everything into anything. So this is something that will appear relatively soon. I would say over summer. It also needs a bit of development. It needs a bit of thinking. How can we combine the addresses? For example, if the format of addresses are similar, then we will use the same address for ERC and Tron. Those, even though they are different blockchains, but for the easiness of the usage, we will just use the same address for different blockchains where the key and address format are similar, in order to make it easier for the customer and also, again, avoid the cross-chain recovery needs. The next idea that we are doing, also, I know many of you and many of different gaming groups already created own token, but then they struggle to push it to the different merchants. They struggle to push it to the game providers. I mean, anyways, there are a lot of challenges. So what we see a lot of use cases why we might need to create a token and how this should work. So this is still a relatively rough idea. We will be announcing it probably a bit later this summer. So this will be the loyalty system for the merchants, right? So we will be giving some presence or in any way stimulating you to increase your revenues, to work with us more by giving you the tokens, which will effectively be giving you discounts. So all the fees that you pay, when you pay with the token, you can just do it for a cheaper price, right? So the discount will start with 20% and will go deeper depending on your volumes and on the amount of the tokens that you have. So it will also be the payment one. So we will create it on different blockchains. We have good connections with the majority of crypto-oriented game providers. So those game providers who accept Bitcoin as the currency will also accept CPD. So this we want this to become a token for the payments and for the games as well. So as I said, it would be a gaming one. It will be trading on few exchanges. So it will be also the utility and the trading one. So some customers might be also using it for investments, for trading and so on. It will be listed on few exchanges, on decentralized exchanges, on different blockchains, and on few centralized ones as well. Then what we see the customers now really like, I will now speak a bit about the synergies between crypto and iGaming. But what is happening right now in DeFi, the customers not only willing to buy some cryptocurrencies of the projects of the companies which they support, in which they trust, and so on. They also like to use different mechanisms of staking the token to get some rewards, right? So we are still creating, I mean, assessing some ideas. What can we create as a staking mechanism, and how much giving as a reward for those who are not our clients even. So for the merchants, it would be clear, right? If somebody bought the token and staking, we can incentivize with the more discounts, or some different utility bonuses, like additional allocated support manager, but you all already have allocated support managers, right? So anyways, we are generating right now a lot of ideas. I'm just announcing that if you want to discuss this opportunity already, you have some ideas, you have some needs, I'm just sharing with you that we have the idea, we have the project started, and we would like to incentivize you all to join us. As soon as it is launched, of course, you will be informed how you can use it, how you can get your discounts, incentives, whatever, right? There would be a communication. And also, why we are creating this in the first place is because of decentralized finance. So decentralized finance, probably a lot of you heard about this already. That is basically how you can build different financial services on the blockchain only, so without banks and so on. What is happening right now, what exists right now in decentralized finance are basically lending and borrowing protocols. So it's basically deposits and credits that you have with the bank, with the collaterals on the blockchain with the contract, right? So you don't have to deal with the bank, with an agent. It's trustless lending and borrowing. It's decentralized exchanges. So when somebody wants to exchange USDT into Ethereum, they don't have to create account on the exchange. They can exchange with the contract on the blockchain. So it's again a trustless solution. And of course, there are a lot of different solutions that are around these two business models, that you can borrow some currency with some collateral from the lending protocol. You can put this as a liquidity on decentralized exchanges. So basically you will be mining liquidity from there. Anyways, right? It's not a lecture about the DeFi. What I want to make as a point, that some of you having some money on our account that you might not be using for the next week, next month, and in the end it is just staying there and you don't use it. I don't say that we will be using this on your behalf. I'm just saying that we will be giving you a dashboard with the solutions which we checked ourselves, that we trust, that we audited the contracts of. We'll be giving you the option to invest into decentralized finance, the money that you might not need at the moment. This will help you to keep to hedge against the inflation, and also play with some interesting and really new technologies which are out there. That's basically all that I wanted to share with you on this webinar. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that I helped you understand what are the challenges right now with all these blockchains and the tokens, gave you some hints on what will be happening. These new blockchains and the tokens will continue appearing. offered you a solution that we think should work, right? And anyways, we will only understand it as it goes. And also one thing that I just now remember that I forgot, speaking about our wallet and you as our clients, basically one of the key features that we will have there that we think are really important and cool is basically the ability to charge the customer wallet. So this is similar to recurrent ones, right? When you can just every month charge the account, charge the card, or charge an account on the PayPal or whatever. So this will work in this way as well, but also the customer will be able to authorize the limit that he allows you to charge him for. For example, it might be $100 a month. And this effectively means when the customer balance on your platform is running low, instead of telling him, please fund your account, you will be able to show him a screen. Is it okay if we charge from your wallet $20? He clicks okay, and the transaction is done. For example, if we're speaking about sports betting or any iGaming activity, that is where he can basically fund the account while being in-game. This solution is already ready. It is now being integrated by few merchants with whom we are planning to have a pilot and see how this really helps and how players really react on this solution. Any of you who would like to participate before others, happy to discuss this with you. Please let your account manager know, and we will organize an access for you. Also, before I start speaking about answering the questions, basically I wanted to share with you just the idea that I had on the marketing side. Basically, there are a lot of synergies between iGaming and crypto trading, because if you follow the market slightly, you might notice that the currencies are jumping relatively crazy, especially the meme ones like Shiba Inu, Doge, and even just in general, cryptocurrencies are jumping a lot. You probably heard that a lot of the money are earned by the different cryptocurrency exchanges on the marginal trading, which is basically equal to gambling, right? This is not really about trading skill, it's more about really playing a poker game when you see that the card is not bad and you say all in. So that is exactly how it works on the margin trading. So there are a lot of similarities, and because right now the crypto industry is kind of like a big magnet sucking new people in, I would say this is probably also fair for iGaming. So the people who started gambling on crypto, they might as well be gambling with the crypto which they gamble on the exchanges, on the gambling platforms. I don't know how much it really connected with the slots, but with some skill games or with the betting, I think very much. So when if you get some ideas from what I just informed you, would be great. I was even thinking about maybe some promotions that you might be doing for the people who really search crypto a lot with the lookalike audience and so on. Like, are you lucky with crypto? You can try your luck in the crypto games. That's basically all for now that I wanted to give you as an information, advices, announcements, and so on. Let's go to the questions. So Alex is asking if we will be doing overnights for the pool of money on the accounts. We never planned to charge any overnights, and we don't do charge overnights. And this was never a part of the business model. And I hope that we will never charge anything for the money that you keep on accounts with us that are expecting settlements or whatever. We also don't recommend you storing a lot of the money on the accounts, right? We are not a banking system, right? So, and we are not really earning money from when you hold money with us. With DeFi, we will just give you some reason why you might be using us before, I mean, instead of withdrawing money to the bank accounts when you understand that you might need this crypto sometime soon. Okay, question, another one. With regards to iGaming and crypto, any chance the CPD token will support NFT for such things as playing all Novomatic games or winning over 100K on a bonus round, so that brand can easily create an award NFT to players without the high fees? For this, we have to understand what exactly is the high fee here about. So when he wins something on the game, I mean, we can think about NFTs. Honestly, we were trying to play how we can use NFTs. Speaking about the jackpots, it might be a good use of NFT. We have to explore this. If you really have, this is really interesting idea. I'd like to discuss it more. Could you please contact the manager or me directly anywhere you can, and then we can discuss this with you. So CPD in general is kind of the token that will be connected everywhere in the business model. So with the lower fees to accept CPD, with discounts when you pay with CPD, we are sure that a lot of the gaming providers will accept it as a currency as well. So we want to create like an ecosystem asset that we don't really have to depend on the different blockchains, how they change, on the mood of the market and so on. So that all the loyal clients and the players of the clients would be benefiting from the token as an ecosystem. Okay, the next question. How do you see the future of Bitcoin as an everyday payment instrument, sustainability for iGaming deposits? It has no future, unfortunately. Lightning Network still have a lot of challenges. The main one is security. Unfortunately, I don't believe in the second layer protocols because there are first layer protocols which are just much more simple for the customer to really understand. So Lightning Network is there already for 4 years. Bitcoin having challenges for 2 years, and unfortunately, we don't see a huge spike of the Lightning popularity. So I would say I'm not a strong believer in any second layer applications. I mean, protocols. Do you see a proof of stake as a viable alternative for proof of work in case of Ethereum or any Diffcon's algorithm? I would say proof of stake is definitely a good one. I mean, I don't want to explain here to the listeners what is the proof of stake, but basically Bitcoin was recently alleged, or what's the word in English, by Elon Musk that it is unecological. And it's true, proof of work algorithm is really not ecological because it consumes a lot of computing power just because decentralization works like this. This is not like it's really needed. It's just the way how decentralization works. Proof of stake is a different algorithm where decentralization happens by different people having the stake of this cryptocurrency. It's much more ecological. It's also relatively secure. So there are algorithms which are good. Ethereum will be switching to a good one, in my opinion. So I would say proof of stake is the way to go. Now Chia had launched proof of space, right? Where you can mine on the hard drives or SSD drives. I also think it might be true, but it's also not so ecologically good. Do you see the iGaming industry shifting completely to crypto payments as a default? In which time frame? Guys, I don't want this to be said by the person who is really motivated, right, for the industry to shift into crypto payments. but looks like it is going there. With all the challenges with the payment providers, high fees with acquirings and so on, more and more brands are shifting to cryptocurrencies. And honestly, the evolution of cryptocurrencies, these quick transactions, high liquidity, easy access to into cryptocurrency, basically all over the world, this will just win all the mid to high risk business who honestly the banking infrastructure doesn't really want to have as clients. So everyone who doesn't have almost free processing with the PayPal and acquirers will just shift to cryptocurrencies. I somehow even believe that some people, I mean, newer generation, for them, cryptocurrency will be a natural way of using money. So I think that 80% of the gambling market might shift into crypto within a year or two. Uh, but I'm more curious what will happen in 5-10 years when people who were born when cryptocurrency existed already start to have a job, invest money, and so on. That is where I believe something interesting will happen, because right now the pace with which it's going is really amazing. Possibility to list the operator's token among CoinSpay and accept the cryptocurrencies. Of course, yeah. I mean, as an ecosystem one, of course, we will be promoting anyone who accepting the token, right? We will be promoting the game providers who accepts the token. We will be promoting exchanges where the customers are able to exchange the token and so on. So the whole idea is to collect the community, which all has the idea to make the payments in crypto, which is quick, to work, and also all together to benefit from this ecosystem growth, right? Because of course, if the token is integrated everywhere and the price is growing, and the idea of launching it on decentralized ecosystem is that everyone has access to the token, right? So it will be given as the rewards, as the rewards to community, to clients, and so on. So everybody who is in this ecosystem already will be interested for this ecosystem to grow, and that everyone will be benefiting from this. I know it might sound very ambitious, but it has to start from something. Bitcoin SV is being heavily promoted in the iGaming industry as the solution for a scalable, low-cost payment currency. What are your thoughts about BSV? Honestly, I mean, we are crypto agnostic, right? I don't care which cryptocurrencies are promoted in the industry. As long as players want to pay with BSV, as long as there is a market where we can exchange BSV into Euro, USD, so it has to be tradable and there should be a demand. BSV made, unfortunately, a big mistake when this all happened. I mean, again, right? I'm not against the BSV, just for you to understand. BSV appeared in a relatively ugly way. The same we can say about BCH. So there was a plan to scale Bitcoin, but then the guys said, no, we will have our own Bitcoin. And other guys said, I'm Satoshi Nakamoto, and here's the real Bitcoin. And that is how Bitcoin Satoshi vision, that's what it means, appeared. The whole industry didn't get it well, right? It was really created in an ugly way, right? So it was kind of like I'm the creator of Bitcoin. I say that this is the new Bitcoin. I respect the approach, but the majority of the crypto community, crypto exchanges, and so on said this is the joke, and they unlisted BSV. So BSV lost the majority of infrastructure. So majority doesn't have that infrastructure that Ethereum has, Litecoin has, and so on. For example, we were struggling to find a good liquidity provider for BSV when we have 4 big liquidity providers, big exchanges or big liquidity providers. None of them are working with the BSV. Players will have the same challenge. even if the marketing in iGaming industry is directed to BSV, and BSV is really quick, right? It's a good cryptocurrency. If it was accepted on different exchanges, I would be saying that you should accept BSV as I recommended you with the BCH. But unfortunately, when you say your players that please deposit as BSV, they will have a hard time finding where they can buy BSV. This is the main problem. Will clients be able to purchase cryptocurrencies using your end customer wallet at any point? This is a very good question. This is partly why we creating this. So they can already buy cryptocurrencies in our wallet. They can already pay to all our clients instantly and with zero fees. The problem in this wallet is that we didn't release the mobile applications yet. This is planned for upcoming weeks. It's not even months. And starting from June, July, we will be adding a lot of different acquirers, APMs, and so on. So right now it's only SEPA. So only the customers from European Union who have European bank accounts can deposit money there and buy crypto. Why this wallet might be already used? Because people who deposit you crypto, they can create account in the wallet, fund it with the crypto. For example, when somebody makes you daily deposits in Bitcoin, they probably send it from somewhere else, right? So they have to pay the fee every time, and you have to pay the fee every time. When they use the wallet, basically they can fund it once, and then they can send you any sort of transaction instantly and without any mining fees or minimum deposit fees and so on. Do you see crypto hedging in German iGaming push in July? I would say Germany is relatively difficult when it comes to regulations. The crash of the Wirecard over summer didn't really help the BaFin to be flexible. Right, so basically Germany has their own regulation that everyone who deals with cryptocurrency in Germany need to pass a certain audit. So basically to prove that they know how to deal with cryptocurrencies. And this already seems a bit like a license. There are already some good players on the German-Austrian market. I believe, I don't know German iGaming market so well to really say what will happen with crypto, but I think that right now anywhere in the globe, crypto becoming bigger on gaming. How exactly it will play out in Germany, unfortunately, I'm not so aware of the subject to really give you a meaningful reply. What payment methods will be available to end customers to purchase cryptocurrency with? It would be credit cards. This would be ATMs, APMs, which we can get like Skrill, Neteller. Basically solutions with the vouchers, which would be able to work with licensed crypto business. I mean, acquirers for sure. We will be trying to get also Apple and Google as well, because they are working with crypto right now already, as well. So we will be adding as many options as we can, because this is kind of like the key to really make use of this product. So it has to be extremely flexible. It has to have a lot of the payment methods. It has to have a lot of the cryptocurrencies. So the customer would be able to enter here once and basically use any money that he has on the banks, on the cards, on APMs, and so on. But I mean, right now it's already getting there. So the customers, even who might get crypto from the different places, they would be able to route it to the wallet if they see the real use of the wallet, for example, to pay to merchants which they used to. Thank you very much for your questions, everyone. So we are exactly within 1 hour. So good timing. I think it was relatively helpful, and thank you very much for your active participations, everyone. If you find this video useful, I would appreciate if you can share it with your partners or friends. It will appear on our YouTube in some time. If any of the ideas that I raised interest you, if you'd like to speak with us about, with me about any of them, bring your own ideas, criticize our ideas, I don't know, help us somehow, or anything that you feel like doing, I would really appreciate. And basically that's all. I just want to wish you all great weekend, and I don't know, a productive finish of the spring. Thank you very much, everyone, again for coming. Ciao.